Hello, ESL teachers. Take a look at this lesson that I have. Hello, ESL teachers. Do you have any English or ESL? Hello, English teachers. Are you looking for some interesting and engaging conversation lessons for your high school or adult English learners? If you are, then you're at the right place. My store is called the Speak Up English Talk Resources Store, and I specialize in designing conversation lessons or speaking activities for kids, high school students, and adults. And my store can be found on the Teachers Pay Teachers website. Today I'm going to present to you one of my feature lessons. It's called Is Matcha Good for Skin? And the way my lessons are designed is that they come in three parts. So the first part is an introduction to some key vocabulary. And this is to get the student ready for part two, which is to read a short article. So here, for example, is a vocabulary antioxidant, right? And my lessons come with beautiful graphics and visuals so that the students can better understand the content of the material. So here is a definition of the word antioxidant, and here is a sample sentence on how to use this word. So this is how all my slides for vocabulary is structured. So here's another one, right? Skin texture. What does that mean? So here's a definition, and here this is a sample sentence. And when you're teaching these key vocabulary, you can start talking about your experiences on how to how to keep your skin in good shape, right? Talk about skin texture and talk about what you do. Like, do you drink a lot of water? Do you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables to keep your skin glowing and healthy? And then here, for example, another one on the term signs of aging, right? And here's is a photo on some wrinkles, right, on this eye, right? And you can ask, your students, are you worried about signs of aging? Do you have any signs of aging? At what age do you start noticing signs of aging? Share your experiences. Um, after the part one comes part two, which is a short article. And this article is split into a few pages, and each page contains at most 2 or 3 sentences. So this way it's easier on the eye, especially when you're doing online teaching. So for this is a sample of the article, right? It talks about how matcha is not just a tea. These days, people can make matcha desserts, and also it can be made into skincare products. And ask your student, right? Do you have any, skincare products that's got some green tea component or matcha ingredients? Okay. Here, further, another slide. Okay, so here it's again, many skincare products these days are, come from green, they're made from green tea. And, as your students reading, check for their comprehension skill. Always ask questions and share your experiences and listen to their pronunciation and correct them, right, if they pronounce certain words the wrong way. Another one, this is the last sample slide that I'm going to show you. So basically it shows that matcha in comparison to green tea, it's much more effective because it's got a higher level of antioxidants, right? So the way my lessons are structured is that I go for minimal text and maximum talking. Okay, so minimal reading, so they do get a little bit of reading comprehension practice, but the key is to get them to speak like native speakers. After reading the article comes part three, and this is the bread and butter. Okay, so this is the discussion activity part, and I have a set of like usually 8 to 9 questions, and they're all made for you. So my lessons are meant to save you, the teacher, time from coming up with your own questions. But of course, if you have your own questions, then throw them in, right? So here is a sample question. Do you prefer matcha or regular green tea? And ask them why. Get them to start talking. Another question, for example, do you have any favorite matcha food or drink? And you can even talk about their diet habits, right? Their dietary habits. Are you like, do you have a sweet tooth for things? And what kind of drinks or dessert do you like? And another example is, what's your view? Do you think drinking green tea could help improve your skin health? Or are there any other methods or any like home remedies that you use, home secrets that you use to, get your skin glowing and look refreshing. And also, when you talk to the students, try not to over correct them. Okay, let them talk, and these are ESL students. They're bound to make mistakes, which is okay. And I usually let them finish what they have to say, and then give them like small, gentle reminders, right? Maybe after every like 5 or 6 sentences. And I find that though some of the common mistakes are grammar mistakes, right? They tend to confuse present tense with future tense or past tense. Like for example, if I ask them like, "What do you do in the morning?" and then most of the students would tell me, "I will get up in the morning to go to school." And I would remind them, if this is something that you do on a regular basis, this is like a routine. You don't need to put this into future tense. You can just say, "I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to school." That's perfectly fine. And another thing that they do get confused on is the verb conjugates, right? So, for example, they would say something like, "My friend don't, my friend don't like reading science books." Okay. So I would just remind them, my friend, that's a third person, right? So would you say my friend don't or my friend doesn't? I let them pick. So instead of feeding them the answers, just let them pick. So this way they can remember their mistakes better. So yeah, so that's the gist of, my lessons. And come visit my store. I'm at the Teachers Pay Teachers store website, and I sell lessons individually, and also they come in packages too. So my link is in the bio. Bye.